It's been a while. It's Spiceda here. Y'all come on in. I am going to be talking live right now today about some of the experiences that I've had while I have been on the campaign trail. Yes, I am running for mayor. It's official. It's not just a cute little post. And I wanted to come here live and just have a brief conversation before I end my day. And I talk about here, I now know why so many people decide that they don't want to vote. And I've talked to so many people on the campaign trail. And one of the things I've come up with, and one of the things I've just come to the realization, is that people are hurting, number one, all over the country, particularly in small cities like College Park. So I'm running for mayor of College Park, like many of you may already know. Y'all come in, come in. Let me pause for a second since it seems like some people are joining and I won't just act like I'm recording live over here. You guys can talk to me in the chat because this is really meant to be a conversation. Oh, I got a little sticky thing on the wall here. Let me take it off. But anyway, so I, want to talk to you guys about what I see when I'm out here. And I met a lady the other day on the side of the road, and I actually have some footage here on my other phone. But I met her and I said, hey, my name is Spiceda. I'm running for mayor, and I would, love for you to vote and vote for me, etc. And she told me that she didn't vote because she was a Jehovah's Witness. And I said, I had no idea that Jehovah Witnesses did not believe in voting. And so I told her why, while I understand why she doesn't want to vote for national campaigns, how important it is to vote local. And I got real passionate about it because for me, for anyone to say whether it's for religious reasons or whatever reasons that they're not going to vote in a local election, like the ones that are coming up all over the United States, not just in College Park, but all over the United States. Local seats are coming up. And so, let me give you guys a little bit of information about our city. And you can compare it to your city, because I know when I was growing up, my mom and my parents had a little league organization, which they still have in Jacksonville, Florida. And a lot of times they would get support and money from their local council and to help support the park, to help the kids, to help with recreation, making sure kids have local activities. And in all of that, I look back and realize how important councilman seats are and how important the seat of mayor is, more important than any other seat or elected position that you can choose as a voter. And so going back to this lady, she says, I don't vote because of my religious beliefs. And I said, well, I don't understand that, because when you say that you won't vote in this particular election, it's just like saying, hey, I will show up at my child's school and they're voting on the PTA president and I'm not going to vote on that. Or they're voting on whether they should or should not have prayer in school. I'm not going to vote on that. The local vote literally affects your front door. It affects your front street. It affects, everything around you. Your quality of life is all wrapped up in this vote. So I'm talking right now to my College Park residents. This election, we have 3 seats that are coming up for election. That's our mayor and 2 council. We have 4 council seats, 4. And the mayor is the 5th seat. The mayor does not vote in a normal election. Okay, the mayor votes if one of the council seats decide that they're not going to show up. Then the mayor pops out, boom, and votes, and then 3 votes, boom, win whatever the what's up for vote, right? Then we have another situation where our mayor votes. We have 4 council, 2 vote this way, 2 vote that way, and there needs to be a tiebreaker vote. When the tiebreaker vote is needed, here comes out the mayor, boom, makes the deciding vote, and the mayor votes for the people. Okay, so it's important that if you're in a small city like College Park, and I'm talking to those of you in College Park, East Point, Fairburn, where I know that elections are coming up, South Fulton, it's 5 to 10 people, less than 10 people, make decisions about the how our quality of life is all over. And so I've written a book in this. I am a writer, but because I feel as though it's very important, I even made an acronym out of my name on a foundation that I founded. Because what I've realized is in our underserved areas all across my city, we're not marketed to. We want the vote when it comes to presidential elections, but when it comes to local elections, many voices are left unheard. Many voices are even left asked to vote. ASKED. I don't know why I'm getting so tongue tied. Not even they're not even said, hey, will you come out and vote for me? And I think that it is important that any mayor or elected official is all about getting the people out to vote, not just to vote for them, but to vote, period, because we want to hear the voice of the people. So Spiceda is not just my name these days, it is an acronym, and it stands for S. I am seeking servant leaders who want to serve, protect, and pivot our neighborhoods and our underserved communities, improve our public persona, correct our crime rates and any other negatively impacting numbers that affect our community, excel and elevate our quality of life, excel our neighborhoods and schools and our people forward so that we can develop the land around us so that it is to the benefit of the people. And we want to make sure our land appreciates in a way that it does not make our seniors feel as though they can no longer afford to live in the house that they're living in because the property values have gone up so high. And I'm all about property values going up, but I want to make sure that we're building equity in a way that it creates generational wealth and health through restoration and not just regentrification. And that is important to me and for me. And that is why it is important for so many people in College Park, particularly, to come out and vote. We're fortunate where we live in our home, we own our home, but so many people are still looking for affordable homes in a market where the interest rates are high and the property values are high. So many people have moved to New York. I mean, have moved to to College Park, to the Atlanta surrounding area, and to what I call ATL. That's all of us around the ATL, Atlanta Hartsfield Jackson Airport. ATL, if you're a city around ATL and you're part of the ATL family, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know about property values going up. And that's to our advantage when we own our homes. But what about people who are trying to get into homes, still trying to seeking affordable housing? We have high interest rates. We have increasing cost of homes, and we have homes that are being labeled as affordable, but they're too small for a family to even live in. So it is important that we knock on the door, knock, 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 and we take our pens out and we research and we say, hey, who's running? Who's running? And don't let signs fool you, because all over College Park, we see signs everywhere, and people are putting out signs, but we want to make sure that people are really putting themselves out and not in elections to get power for themselves, but are in this election to empower a part of the E in Spiceda, empower the people. So I want to make sure that we're in this race for the right reasons, and we're putting our signs out for the right reasons, and we're making sure that we're getting the people's choice in our head. We're getting the people's choice in our hearts, because it is important that as leaders that we're looking to serve and represent the people. So find out what the people want in every ward, because people are tired of politicians lying to them. People are tired of being told that their vote counts and that their vote is important and nothing changed. And I understand that. But I implore everybody who is watching this video, and if you're watching the replay, tell people to fast forward to this 10-minute mark, to this moment right here, where I say that I understand why people don't want to vote, because they're tired of being lied to. They're tired of being told that their vote counts and it's important, but their neighborhoods are deteriorating. But I'm here to tell you that the local vote is more important than any vote you can make. And right now, I know that all over CNN and many other major news channels, you're hearing about the presidential election and POTUS. But POTUS don't fix potholes. Your local council and mayor does. So I want you to know that it is important for you to show up. In College Park, we have 1,600 people that typically and historically votes, but we have 7,600 people registered to vote. And it is important that of those people that are registered to vote, the 6,000 come out for me too. And I'll go out here and on a limb and say that it is important that when I become mayor, and that I am mayor of the people, and that I don't want to be mayor if I can't be mayor with you guys voting. I want the majority of the registered voters to come out and vote so that I can be a mayor of the people. Go to www.vote Spiceda Jackson, and that's Spice with a D and an A, Spiceda Jackson. Um, and go. We have forms at our website that says that you want me to come knock on your door. There's a form under our issues page on our website where I want you to share with me what your issues are, even if you're not in College Park. But I have an ask of you guys. I ask you to support Spiceda, the mission and the movement, where we're marketing to underserved communities and we're empowering the voice of the people that are felt that have felt that they have not been heard, that have felt that politicians don't tell them the truth. Politicians tell them whatever they need to tell them in order to get the vote. It's time out, guys, for trickery. It's time for people to show up for the truth. And the truth is in the numbers. And one of the things that I've said many times as I've met people heart to heart is that I understand why people don't want to vote, because people are tired of being lied to. But I want you to know that your local vote is the most important vote that you can make. It is the vote that, counts for us today. Because we're not trying to change, major legislation. We're just trying to change our front door. We're just trying to change our street. We're just trying to make our neighborhoods better. And if that's you, I implore and I ask you to help me reach the local voter, to help me reach your neighbor. Go to Vote Spiceda Jackson, make a donation of any amount, and make sure that you vote and you bring 2 or 3 people with you to vote. If you're in Georgia, I'm going to drop here in the stream, and I think I could do it. You can go to vote.mvp.sos.ga.gov, and that's vote. Let me try to www.mvp.sos.ga.gov. If you know someone, or even if you're in Georgia, and cancel, I'm sorry. I did not mean to do that. I meant to just say, yep. All right, so I put it in the comment section. If you are not sure where you're supposed to vote, or even if you're registered to vote in the state of Georgia, I dropped a link, www.mvp.sos.ga.gov. Check your voter registration, okay? And make sure that you're registered to vote. And know that in Georgia, in the last 2 Saturdays of the month, you can vote. If you're in Florida, because I have a lot of friends in Florida, because I'm your homegirl from Jacksonville who've fallen in love with the city of College Park. If you know anybody who lives in College Park, tell them about me. Tell them about Spiceda, the movement. Tell them about Spiceda, the mayor who cares. And I ask you for your vote, and I ask you to join me in the movement. So if you want to volunteer with me, go to votespicetajackson.com. It'll land you to our website. Hit volunteer, and I will send you a message to come help me move and change and empower a group of people. I love y'all. This is Business Combos and Coffee. I will be renaming it to Business Community and Coffee, or Business Combos and Community. It's still going to be the BCC, but it is important. God has moved my heart on this. And on this Sunday night, I felt it important to come and let you guys know what I've been up to. I've been out here working. Yeah, we got a tax deadline coming up. I'm still your local accountant, but I'm your local accountant and your local leader who wants to make sure that we're empowering the people of College Park. We're empowering people all over the United States in underserved communities to know that your voice matters and make it matter by voting in your next local election before you research your next presidential candidate. I want you to make sure that you vote and you research these local candidates because local elections are not Democratic or Republican. They're people driven. And so it's time for politicians and those, especially these local politicians, to be people driven and not power driven. So let's get some people driven people into these seats of leadership. I'm running for mayor of College Park. I would love your vote. If you're planning to vote for me, let me know. Go to vote Spiceda Jackson for mayor. And I am the mayor that cares. If you guys have any questions for me, drop it in the comment section here, or I prefer for you to drop it to me via my website. All right, y'all. That's what I have for y'all tonight. Mwah. Talk to you later. Bye. Bye, 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 bye.